We can do a Hoya rundown. It's going to take longer though, because I have a few. Here's the thing with Hoyas. There are hundreds of varieties of Hoyas, and they are, I mean, I feel like new ones are being concocted constantly. This is safe to say that you are never going to collect all the Hoyas. You watching this right now, just like me, it's not going to happen. So I am just going to show you the ones that I have. I had to make a list. I knew I was going to forget them otherwise. So here is the 17 Hoya that I have in my office / plant room. I do have all of my Hoya in here. That is not true. I do have one Hoya downstairs. It is on the shaded porch for the summer months, and it is inside in my kitchen for the winter months. But that's it. Otherwise, they are all up here. I keep them all together, same conditions. They are roughly the same size, so they basically need to be watered at the same time, and it makes it a lot easier because I just have a little Hoya day and I do it all at once. I have always really liked Hoyas. They don't feel as flimsy as some do, and I think that I really just like the way they feel. They're kind of waxy and they feel almost like you're not gonna hurt them. So I appreciate that. Hoyas in general are gonna want just a bright and direct light. That's usually safe to say. They are kind of succulent-like. They're going to store water in their leaves pretty well. So you can tell when they're ready to be watered. Not only is it going to feel, you know, lightweight and ready to be watered, but your leaves are going to be bendable. This is not ready to be watered. But if you can taco it, it's thirsty. You want a really chunky soil for this one. They want to get all nice and plumped up, and then they need the rest of it to drain away, or you will give these rot. So chunk that soil up. Okay, all that boring stuff's out of the way. Let's introduce these little fuckers, huh? This is like the biggest. This is the Sunrise. I am currently working on a little experiment trying to get this one to sun stress, because when this particular plant gets a lot of bright light, well, it's called Sunrise for a reason. And so I'm working on that. We're slowly awaiting results. Anyway, this is the Crimson Princess, not to be mistaken with the Crimson Queen. Not only do their leaves look pretty different in person, it's quite a bit bigger, but the Queen has the crown. She has the white around the edges. The Princess has green around the edges. Queen is also called the tricolor, by the way. Now we have probably the most common, which is the Pubicalyx. Pubicalyx is just going to be mostly this green. You're going to have a couple of those cool little white splotches here and there, but for the most part, it's just going to be a nice green. This is the same kind of plant, the Pubicalyx, but this one is the Splash. It is way more pronounced. I love this one. This was one of my fire plants. This is the Hoya Kerrii. This one likes to give me weird leaves. We had some bugs for a little while, and it left a cool reminder. But we've got new ones growing. If you buy this one, just the little heart, and it just looks like this, there is a high chance that you will never see more than that, because they stick these little guys in there with no node. It's just a leaf, and it's just gonna live in there until it dies. Nothing's ever gonna grow. I got lucky, and I had two of these, and this one sprouted, and the other one, it came to the end of the road. This is the Hoya Compacta. This one has these really cool, very slow growing leaves. If there's somebody you don't like and they're a plant person, if you want to go ahead and wish something terrible on them, wish for their compactor to get mealybugs. Just saying. Just keep that in your back pocket. And may I never piss you off. This is the Latifolia, which used to be called something else, but now it's the Latifolia. I don't remember what it was before that, but this one, these leaves get humongous. And then we got the Krohniana. I have the dark and the silver version. I struggle with this one. This one is rough. The little leaves, I struggled with the Kerrii for a long time, and finally, that one finally bit the dust, but I struggle with these. They don't like to plump up and stay plumped up for me, and I lose them to root rot, and I just basically, there's a reason that they live so close to the hospital. They're there a lot. Oh my goodness gracious, we're like half done. Okay, the Wayetti. This is the regular Wayetti, and this is the variegated. This is the Retusa, which kind of looks and feels like grass. This is a weird one, what can I say? This is the Obovata. This one has these big, huge round leaves. It's really cool and it is really heavy. And I have to have it go upwards because otherwise it's just smacking into things. Who is this guy? This is the Parivitica black margin. And it does have black margins. I just can't really see it very well. This is a Hoya Australis. This is an Australis Lisa. And you can see the difference between the two. I'm also working on sunstressing this one right now, which pretty fucking cool. This is Indiana Jones. This is Indy. I didn't want to use Indy here to point out one more thing. Your Hoya might start doing this and growing these really crazy vine things. And they might be totally naked. That's not on accident, y'all. That's not a mistake. It's not doing anything wrong. Oh my God, it just touched the back of my neck and freaked me out. I'm sorry, Andy. Just tell me next time, okay? So they put these out and then afterward they grow leaves. And sometimes they don't. And then sometimes way later they fill in. I've had them do both. Like, they don't always have like a method to the madness when it comes to their crazy arms. So just leave them alone. And unless they are obviously dead, sometimes you'll get them coming off that are clearly dead and brittle, and you can just, you know, pop those off. But anyway, don't cut these. That's how they're supposed to be. It's good. It's happy. Anyway, that's all the Hoyas. I have a lot of editing to do. This is currently 12 minutes long. Okay, enjoy.